Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. It's Anonymous T. Hope you're having an amazing day today. So today I wanted to talk about, we are the day after the midterm elections, you guys, and we are still waiting on results. We are still waiting on results, but I wanted to kind of, have an open forum for you guys to kind of discuss, for those of you in the United States, what you guys think of the midterm elections. What do you guys think of your states in particular, your counties, your districts? Did you guys, get it right in your state, or did some other foolishness happen, you guys? Because I know for me, I live in a state to where there's a lot of gerrymandering, and it tends to, lean red a lot of the time and everything else. So I personally am not surprised by the results in my state. However, there are some positive surprises in some other states. So I wanted to quickly read this article from CBS News that has been kind of posting live updates, but really all the networks have, you guys. All the networks have been posting live updates because we still have some stuff going on. So the big talk heading into midterms, you guys, was going to be this big red wave, that Democrats needed to be concerned that, the votes were going to turn out for, a sea of red, and it was going to flip, the House of Representatives, it was going to flip, the Senate, it was going to flip the governor, like it was just going to flip everything, and everything was going to be red, and the Democrats were going to be out. And that necessarily did not happen. It did not happen the way that they wanted it to, you guys. And so it says the following. It says, Democrats stave off a red wave in midterm elections as vote count continues. Democrats have appeared to stave off a Republican red wave as the dust settled from Tuesday's midterm elections, but overall control of Congress remains unresolved, with the GOP still within striking distance of taking the House, and the battle for the Senate is considered a toss-up. Democrats picked up a Senate seat in the key state of Pennsylvania, where CBS News projected that Pennsylvania Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman defended Republican Mehmet Oz, as you guys know, famously from Dr. Oz, and the most expensive and closely watched Senate contest in the country. Fetterman will replace GOP Senator Pat Toomey in the upper chamber, which currently has 50 Democrats and 50 Republicans. Several other Senate races remain up in the air. Later Wednesday morning, Georgia's contest between Democrat Raphael Warnock and Republican Herschel Walker remain a toss-up in CBS News estimates. Neither candidate currently has more than 50% of the vote, which is needed to avoid a runoff under state law. Georgia's elections officer said Tuesday that he expects the race to advance to a head-to-head matchup. GOP Senator Ron Johnson is projected to win re-election in Wisconsin, defeating Democrat Mandela Barnes to keep the state Senate seat in the Republicans' hands. Arizona's race was leaning toward the Democrats, while Nevada race is a toss-up, according to CBS News estimates. Overall control of the Senate is likewise characterized as a toss-up, meaning either party can ultimately emerge with control once results are finalized. Republicans did make inroads elsewhere, including Florida, where big victories were for incumbent Republican Governor Ron DeSantis and Senator Marco Rubio, were fueled by strong support among Latino voters, a continuation of a shift that began in 2020. Control of the House is also leaning in Republicans' favor as of Wednesday morning, as votes continue to be counted in dozens of the districts across the country. Full results and predictions of every House, Senate, and governor's race can be found on the CBS News election tracker and in updates below. And so the latest update that we have as far as the Senate balance of power is it has currently, in this count from CBS News, and as you guys will know, there's various counts from, depending on what network you guys go to, whether it's CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, wherever you guys go to, there seems to be a variation on some of the numbers. And, for this particular article, it says that currently for the Senate, from the midterm results so far, there's 48 Democrats and 49 Republicans. And remember, you have to have 51 to have controlling majority, you guys. And next we have the House estimate, and as you guys know, there's going to be varying figures, like literally on ABC News right now, it says the Dems have 194 seats, as well as the Republicans have 210 seats, but in this particular website, it says the Democrats have 190 seats and the Republicans have 203, and you need 218 to have controlling majority, you guys. And if that happens, then Nancy Pelosi will be out as the current speaker, you guys, of the House. So there's very important implications that are taking place, you guys. And I think for me, my overall takeaways is, the South, you guys are gaining some serious ground in terms of Florida, Mississippi, Georgia, Texas. A lot of these states, you guys, they're sending a message, and I feel like, there needs to be a way to mobilize to, and really get to, there has to be a way to bring the Latino voters and the white voters, to somehow reach them, because the sea of red that took place yesterday was very concerning, you guys, was very concerning, but it wasn't enough to overthrow, the overall majority of what's taking place. For the most part, most of the Dem seats in both the Senate and the House have been protected up until this point, and there have been a few flips as well. However, there's just been a sea of red in some of these states, particularly in Florida and in Ohio, and in Texas. And you guys, voting, it's not just about voting for your local, governors and your local, representatives and your senates, but also, you guys, your Supreme Courts in your states are very important, because we have the big issue, of course, of women's reproductive rights. So again, those of you who are going to be voting against your interests of female reproductive rights are going to be seeing an impact of that in the coming months and or years, you guys, as we move forward with some of these, final results from the midterm. So that is something to keep in mind. I am also very happy with Pennsylvania and Michigan made some, historic moves in both of their states with, their elected officials. So they did, so some states understood the assignment, right? Some states understood the assignment. I can't completely blame, Black people are not to blame for this election, you guys. Black people are not to blame for this election, no matter what state you guys live in. Black men and Black women showed up and they showed out, you guys. However, there has to be a way to, and also shout out to millennials and Gen Z, you guys. We have a very positive showing of the youth that turned out to vote these midterm elections. So that is good for future elections, you guys, as the youth is informed, as the youth is making an impact, because had we not had the millennials and Gen Z votes, you guys, we could be having a very different conversation where, pretty much the House and Senate races would have been over last night, you guys. They would have been over last night because it would have been an actual red wave, you guys. But they showed up and they showed out, but there has to be a way moving forward to get to some of these white and Latino voters, you guys, because I don't think they understand yet the magnitude of some of the people that they voted for to either re-elect or have in office. There are some people that got voted in who don't even believe that President Biden's election was legit, you guys. Doesn't even believe, the election is legit. But even with that being said, even Fox News was upset in a way, because they felt as though, they felt that still from President 45, that there's still remnants of that, which is what ultimately prevented a real red wave from happening, right? To just keep it a buck. So we'll continue to monitor once we get all the results. I still can't believe it is a toss-up in Georgia with Herschel Walker, you guys. Who is voting for Herschel Walker? What are you guys doing? What is happening? What is happening, you guys? But again, some of these states, again, that you guys voted red, that you voted to keep red, you don't realize you are approving for more gerrymandering to happen in your state, you guys, to where basically they, bleed out red most of your state, and we'll only have specific cities that are predominantly led by minorities, that are predominantly, where black people or, brown people dominate the vote. They'll have like those little spigots of like 4 or 5 cities in particular that's like, oh yeah, we know that they're always going to go blue. But we are going to gerrymander the rest of the state so that our votes are going to be worth more of the percentage overall. So therefore, even if do show up and show out, they're still gonna bleed red, you guys. So very important for those of you who live in some of those states that still, despite some of the good campaigns that a lot of, these people running had for the midterms, and very good commercials, very informative rallies and everything else, do not give up. Do not give up. And those of you who live states that, the vote did not turn out the way that you wanted, I think it sends a clear message that even with people not being happy with President Biden as we speak, that it wasn't enough to make a red wave happen, which I think speaks ultimately the biggest of volumes of where we are as a country, where we are as the United States of America, you guys. So very interesting as well. But please let me know what you guys think. Did you go out and vote yesterday, or did you early vote? Did you not vote at all, but had the Twitter fingers? Please let me know in the comments. What do you guys think of your states? What do you think of your counties and your districts? Did they get it right? Did they get it wrong? What do you guys think overall of how the midterms have performed, as we are still awaiting, as we speak, like I said, final results for the Senate and final results for the House. So there is that. But please let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.